students to learn is that life's not fair. It's not fair. You see, I come from a place at the bottom of the world. And I feel privileged to be here in Africa. And I come from paradise. The clearest, cleanest water, golden sand beaches, clear blue skies. It's not fair. But I come from paradise. I grew up in a very small town with 1,000 people in the township. Tiny. I have a sister who is 17 months younger than me. Aren't we cute? We were always dressed the same. We were always treated the same. Everything was the same. I know, we're so cute. And everything was the same until I was about 10. We were taught what was right and wrong. We were taught to look after our belongings. We were taught to be good girls. We were taught to take care of ourselves. And when we wanted something, we had to earn it. And so I remember spending a lot of time earning money to buy my first bike, because I wanted to bike places. It was a small country town, it was very safe, it still is, and I just wanted to bike. And I was taught, not working now.
It's not fair.
It's not fair. It's not fair. It's on here. It's not fair. I was taught to look after that bike. I spent a lot of time researching. I spent a lot of time looking at the colours, looking at the kind of bike I wanted, the kind of bike I could afford. And I went and I bought that bike. And I was so proud of that bike. And 2 weeks later, my sister, 17 months younger than me, went and bought exactly the same. Just a different colour. And it wasn't fair. It so wasn't fair. And for the first time in my life, I realised that life wasn't fair. And the message I really want for our learners is that life's not fair. But I want them to know that there are ups and downs in life. I want them to know that there are times that we have this plan, and the plan looks like this in our minds, doesn't it? But in reality, the plan looks like this. And it's on those downs. It's on those downs where I find that that's where the true learning happens, when it's not fair. That's when we truly learn who we are. That's where we truly learn who we can be. So just because I now don't have my slides, I need my notes to know what's next. It's not fair. Do you have students in your classroom that are learned helpless? That sit there just going, I don't know what to do. And see, I truly believe that our job as educators is to help these students learn what to do when they're at the bottom of that pit. To learn what to do when they don't know what to do. To learn what to do when they're stuck. You see, our learners have a working mind and a functioning body. And when they have that choice, when they come to those crossroads in life, I want them to know that they can choose, that they have choices, that they have options. And the more that we can give them those choices and those options, the better it is. Dylan Willems says, Our job as educators is not to help students be able to remember, but to help them to be able to think. So they can solve the problems, so they can move forward when they're stuck. When they're in that learning pit, when life is difficult, when life is challenging, it's about knowing that they can be persistent. It's about knowing that they can move forward. It's about putting a plan together and sticking to it. It's about knowing about flexibility, as Jen said. But there are always choices. It's about knowing that it's not just the black and white, but there's the rainbow in between. And if we always see life in black and white, we don't see the colour. We don't see the excitement. So I want my students to be able to know that. I want them to know that the brain continually grows. And there are always new things we can learn. But what I want you to know, is that teachers make every other profession possible. That's what you do as an educator. You make every other profession possible. What I want you to know is that the future of this planet is in your hands every single day. What I want you to know is that you make a difference every single day to the lives of your students. Life isn't fair, but there's always choices. And as educators, we have an amazing privilege to make that choice, to make that difference for our learners.